6 months underwater, no windows, no sunlight, 140 people crammed in a metal tube. And your job? Missions so secret Congress doesn't even know about them. Meet the USS Jimmy Carter, America's ultimate spy submarine. Most subs hunt enemy ships. The Jimmy Carter? It does something way different. It sneaks onto the ocean floor, taps enemy cables, and drops off Navy SEALs without anyone noticing. There's a secret 100-foot section built just for this stuff. The crazy part? At full speed, it's quieter than an old submarine sitting still at the dock. I'm taking you inside the most secretive sub in the US Navy. You'll see what makes it unstoppable, how the crew survives months in the deep, and why Russia loses sleep over this thing. The secret weapon. The Jimmy Carter is a Seawolf-class submarine. The Navy only built 3 of these because each one costs over $3 billion. But they did something wild with this one. After building it in 2005, engineers literally cut the entire submarine in half. Then, they welded in a 100-foot section right down the middle. Picture slicing a car in half and adding extra space. Except this car is a nuclear sub that dives deeper than the Empire State Building is tall. This section? It's called the multi-mission platform. Think of it like an underwater garage. It's got this massive door that opens straight to the ocean. The Navy loads it with gear other subs can't touch. Underwater robots with cameras and mechanical arms. Robot subs that swim off on their own missions. Chambers where Navy SEALs can slip in and out while underwater. Giant cable spools for tapping enemy communications. Classified stuff so secret we don't even know what it is. Here's where it gets smart. The multi-mission platform has thrusters on the sub's nose and tail. These let the Jimmy Carter hover perfectly still even when ocean currents are pushing hard. When you're messing with a cable 2,000 feet down, you can't be drifting all over the place. No other American sub can do this. Virginia-class subs are newer, but they can't pull off these missions. Los Angeles-class subs? Not even in the same ballpark. Ghost mode. The ocean's actually pretty loud. Whales are singing. Shrimp are clicking their claws. Waves are crashing up top. Ships are rumbling across the surface. Subs make noise too. Engines hum. Propellers spin. Water rushing past makes sound. Problem is, enemy ships hunt subs using sonar. Basically, underwater microphones listening for any sound. They hear you. They find you. They sink you. The Jimmy Carter is the quietest submarine ever built. Here's how it pulls off the disappearing act. Rubber armor. The whole hull is covered in these special rubber tiles. They soak up enemy sonar instead of bouncing it back. Like putting foam padding in a recording studio. Sound goes in, doesn't come back out. Floating machinery. Every engine, pump, and generator sits on rubber mounts. Vibrations can't travel through the hull into the water. It's like noise-canceling headphones for a submarine. Stealth shape. The hull's got these curves that bounce sound waves away from enemy sonar. Water flows smooth over it, barely making any noise. Pump jet engine. Regular propellers make bubbles that pop loud. That's called cavitation. The Jimmy Carter uses this pump jet thing that pushes water through a covered duct. Kills most of the bubbles, like gliding through water instead of splashing around. How quiet are we talking? The Jimmy Carter cruising at 20 knots. That's about 23 miles per hour, makes less noise than an old Los Angeles-class sub tied to the dock with its engines completely off. This stealth lets it slip into enemy waters, do its thing, and vanish before anyone knows it was there. Life in the deep. Living on the Jimmy Carter? It's like adapting to another planet. Musical beds. Only 100 beds for 140 sailors. They do this thing called hot racking, sharing beds in shifts. You climb into a bed that's still warm from the last guy. 3 sailors per bed, all working different hours. No sun. Once you dive, sunlight's gone for months. Just artificial lights in this underwater world. Your body forgets what time of day it is. Sailors dream about feeling sunshine again. Recycled everything, the air you're breathing. It's been through 139 other people's lungs, got filtered, and came back to you. The water you drink started as salty ocean water. Even the moisture from everyone's breath gets captured and reused. Nothing wastes. Your whole home. 30 guys share 2 showers and 2 toilets. Your personal space is a bed that's 6 feet long and 2 feet wide with a curtain. That's it. That's your room for 6 months. Food countdown. Before diving, They load $150,000 worth of food. Fresh eggs and vegetables last maybe 3 weeks if you're lucky. After that, freezers and cans. The cooks become rock stars. Good food keeps everyone sane when you're stuck in a metal tube under the ocean. The mental game. You're sealed in a metal cylinder under millions of gallons of crushing water, breathing recycled air, doing missions that could start wars if someone finds out. Psychologists call it chronic low-level stress. Sailors deal with it through dark jokes and friendships tighter than family. Zero privacy. Only the captain gets his own room. Everyone else lives, works, eats, and sleeps together. You learn everything about your crewmates, how they snore, their weird habits, their biggest fears. But every sailor on the Jimmy Carter knows something. They're on the most elite sub in the whole U.S. fleet. They're doing missions nobody else can touch. That creates this unshakable pride. Armed to the teeth. The Jimmy Carter wasn't built for traditional fights, but it can end underwater battles fast. 8 torpedo tubes. Most subs have 4. The Jimmy Carter's got 8 big ones firing. Mark 48 ADCAP torpedoes, sub killers. Each one's 19 feet long, weighs 3,500 pounds, and swims at 55 miles per hour underwater. They've got their own sonar that locks on and chases targets for miles. When they hit, they explode under the enemy ship and snap its spine clean in half. Tomahawk cruise missiles. These launch underwater from the torpedo tubes. They rocket up, break the surface, ignite, and fly up to 1,000 miles to hit targets on land. Each one's packing a 1,000-pound warhead that'll level a building. Sea mines. The sub can drop mines on the ocean floor. They sit there quiet, waiting for enemy ships to pass over before blowing up. The Jimmy Carter carries 50 weapons total. Any mix of torpedoes, missiles, and mines. Superpowered ears, BQQ, 10-bow array, massive sonar in the nose detecting other subs hundreds of miles out, TB-29. Towed array, long cable with microphones dragged behind, always listening. Flank arrays, sonar panels on both sides, giving 360-degree awareness. These systems can ID specific ships by their sound, like recognizing someone's voice in a crowded room. Standing above the rest. Versus Virginia class. Virginia subs are newer, with better computers, but they're slower. 25 knots versus the Jimmy Carter's 35 plus. Can't dive as deep either. 800 feet versus over 1,600, and no multi-mission platform. Navy built more because they're cheaper. Versus Los Angeles class. Way older and way louder. Smaller, with fewer tricks. Navy built dozens, made them the backbone for years. Now they're getting retired, replaced by Virginia class. Versus Russian subs. Russia's got the Losharik, a mini sub for ocean floor work, but it's tiny and can't operate alone for long. Russian subs are generally louder. The Jimmy Carter can outrun, outdive, and outhide almost anything they've got. The Jimmy Carter stands alone. Extreme stealth, special ops, and deep diving all in one package nobody else can match. Shadows and secrets. Most Jimmy Carter missions stay locked in classified vaults, but some stuff's leaked out. Mission 7, 2013. The sub earned a Presidential Unit citation for something so secret it's just called Mission 7. The crew can never talk about it, ever. But it was big enough for the president himself to recognize them. Cable tapping. During the Cold War, American subs tapped Soviet underwater cables, listening to their secrets. The Jimmy Carter almost definitely does this to Russian and Chinese cables now. The multi-mission platform makes it way easier. Robots attach listening devices without risking divers. Ocean floor intel. The sub maps the seabed in key areas, finding enemy cables, sensors, and gear they thought were hidden. SEAL Ops. Navy SEAL's lockout. Swim miles to enemy shores, do their thing, and come back. All while the sub stays underwater and invisible. When the Jimmy Carter comes home flying the Jolly Roger pirate flag, it means mission success. It's flown that skull and crossbones multiple times. The USS Jimmy Carter operates like a ghost in the deepest, darkest parts of the ocean, doing missions that'll stay classified for decades. But the Navy's not stopping here. They're building even crazier subs right now with tech that sounds like science fiction. We are committed to releasing 3 videos a week. Like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more Anchor Watch.